Okay, this is explaining all the steps on an iPad of a cabinet measure. Okay, right here on the Thursday, the 23rd, it shows over here HFC 422 cabinet measure in green. We're going to go into this, okay? So you got to go into the job. Okay, so going into the job, this is your how to update your calendar, right? Okay, so you go into job name at the very top. That will bring you to the job. If you're doing a cabinet measure, you go all the way down to the bottom, all the way down. In this last section, it's your files section. Okay, this is where you're going to find your architectural drawings, your layouts, and everything. For a cabinet measure, the framing should be done. Okay, so all your walls and everything are up, so that you can verify that the cabinets that they have on order or that they have drawn are going to fit in the space given. Okay, so we are going to upload the cabinet layout ready for measure. You do that by pushing this little arrow on the box button deal down. Okay, and then, so this is, it makes a new tab. See at the top you can see there is this tab, and it created a new one, and here's your cabinet measure that you'll be working on. We need to be able to edit this so that we can circle dimensions that they're correct and make sure everything's noted in here if things are wrong. And to do so, we're going to edit it in Acrobat. So you need to make sure you have Acrobat. That's this red logo here. Okay, so I clicked up on this import box, the box with the arrow up here at the top, and I'm going to click on Acrobat. You can tap on Acrobat, or right over here it says copy to Acrobat. You can do either one, whatever. Tap on it, import to Acrobat. Okay, so that drawing that popped up on that new tab will then be imported into here, and now you can use this to do your measures. So you walk into a home, it's all laid out, ready to go, framing's done, somewhat cleaned up, whatever. You got to make sure you put in certain dimensions, such as ceiling height. If a window is near your cabinets, you got to make sure it's tall enough. Your cabinets are 34.5 inches tall. What else? You got to make sure your return walls in your kitchen are at least 26 inches, because you've got your 24-inch cabinets and then about 1.5 inches overhang with your countertops. So for example, on this refrigerator return wall, you want to make sure that's wide enough so that your refrigerator's not poking out so far, and on the other end too, next to the wall and base 18, you got to make sure that's 26. Okay, for vanity side, vanities are only 21 inches deep, so you want them to be at least 24-ish deep. Okay, so you're going to go through and draw out on the ground with your paint all the appliances and everything else in the island that all the other trades need to know, so that they don't drill holes in the bottom of our cabinets in the wrong spots. Okay, so water lines. So basically what I personally do is mark out every appliance, the fridge, the range. If there's a double oven, I mark it on the floor. Make sure you put a center point on that range so that they make sure the gas or electrical goes in that middle of that cabinet. Okay, so let's say that everything's been done. Actually, let me backtrack. Okay, if you have an Apple Pencil, I highly recommend you get one. For an iPad, you can double tap there, and this bar will show up at the top. Okay, it allows me to draw and put in text. So ceiling height, post. Okay. And if you decide you want to move this, you can tap the text and move it. If you're going to be putting text or anything, make sure it's clear of where it's going. You want to make sure the ceiling height stays in the kitchen if that's where you're wanting to mention the ceiling height. And I would put ceiling height for anywhere there's a wall cabinet. So most of the times in like David Weekly Homes, for instance, if they've got crown in the kitchen, they got crown in the laundry. So make sure you put ceiling height in the laundry room. Even if it's the same dimension, just make a good habit of doing it. Okay, you're going to tap that little marker thing up here. You want to verify, make sure everything's good. I also recommend using 2 different colors. to verify whether a dimensions is correct or a dimension needs attention and needs to move a wall and such. So for that, so I just circled these two blue. If I just go and change the color up here in this circle up here, if I just change it, it will also change that. So what I need to do is I want to keep those blue. I tap the pencil, tap it again, and then change the color. Let's say, oh crap, this wall is only 21 inches. You know, this needs to be checked out by your superintendent. You need to give him a call and say, make this wall 24, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. What else? Text and drawing is basically the only things you'll be using. And it's pretty easy to go and get that done. And then after, let's say all this is done, everything's been circled. Okay, everything's been done. Yeah, this is correct. I measured that. Yeah, this wall's good. Okay, got everything. Write your name at the bottom, because our drawers require that we do that. They put their names at the bottom, so if you ever have drawing issues, you call your person, and you got to mark your name on here so that they know to call you if they have questions about your drawings or they can't read a number. Okay, so we're done with this. Okay, it's been done. Everything's great. Click done in the top left corner, click that arrow in the top left corner. So here's our drawing, HFC 422. If you tap the text, it will go right into that. Let me go back. But I want to rename this. Far right, there's the 3 dots. HFC 422, 3 dots, same row. I want to rename it. Back, back, back. I always like to just go to here and type in red lines. Okay, rename. So now we're done. So this is an Acrobat app that we did all this. So we copied the file to this program, we edited it, and now we're going to put that file right back into our Systemize. So you can tap in and go to Systemize, or you can double tap the home button, the only button at the bottom of your iPad, and go back to Safari. Okay, this is that folder that we opened up originally. Close that tab, and we're going to add our new one by pushing that plus sign in the Files section right up here. Okay, choose file to upload, browse. It always pops up as the first one because this whole folder is the recents folder. So here it is, HFC 422, right there, shows it right beneath. Make sure you mention the file type, cabinet redline measures. Boom, and you click save. Okay, so now if you look in the file types, we can see right here about midway through shows our renamed file, HFC cabinet redlines PDF, cabinet redline measures, and it shows the date, time you all put it in and everything. That's how you do it. So we've finished our whole measure. Now we got to make sure that we update the calendar. Every time you're in a house doing QCs or measures, update the calendar. And there's 2 ways you do that, and I will show that in another video.